Samsung's new super premium laptops are here, and one of them has one of the features everybody's talking about. So when Samsung has a big new product announcement, it's usually about phones. This time though, my favorite topic, laptops. And there are two new systems, actually four in total if you think about the Samsung Galaxy Book Pro and the Galaxy Book Pro 360, because they both come in 13-inch and 15-inch sizes. Now you'd say, what's the difference between the two? Well, the 360 gives it away. The Galaxy Book Pro, regular super premium laptop. In fact, this is so light, it feels like some of the mock-up laptops companies used to send me that were just empty plastic shells, but this is an actual working computer. But when I first picked it up, I said to myself, is this a mock-up? No, it's an actual fully functioning system. This is the 15-inch version of that. Over here, though, is the 13-inch version of the 360. Why is it called a 360? I'll give you one guess. That's right. It's one of these hybrid style hinges that goes back 360 degrees, so it turns into a kind of chunky tablet with the keyboard on the back. We've seen this style, for years. It's the tablet laptop hybrid style that's really won out over, any other type of design. And of course, with one of these guys, you get the newly redesigned S Pen, which is a little thicker than previous versions of it, so it feels, frankly, more like a pen. Because if you're using a stylus on a laptop, you really want something that's a little more pen-like, a little more traditional, and less almost like a phone stylus, which is very skinny, hard to draw with, especially on a bigger screen like this. So these guys both feature 11th gen Intel processors. That's interesting to me because some of the options here on the 360 and the 13-inch version, there's going to be an optional 5G antenna, which is again something in very, very few laptops. And most of the laptops I've seen with 5G so far have been Qualcomm-based systems. They get that kind of synergy between a mobile phone processor and this concept of an always-on laptop. So that's really interesting when you're relying on something like this to be your, always-on, always-connected machine, almost like your phone is. We're all still living in this pandemic work-from-home world, but designing new computers that take advantage of that or offer new features of that can take years. So we're not quite at the point yet where new machines that come out now are going to have a lot of those learnings built in. Number one, I think, is webcams. Just like almost any other premium laptop, these guys have 720p webcams. Maybe in a couple of years, everyone's going to have 1080 webcams, which are frankly a lot nicer to use for those all-day Zoom meetings that we're all in. Now that said, there is one very forward-looking feature on these systems that I'm very excited about. These both have AMOLED displays. That's Samsung's version of an OLED display, something I've only seen in a handful of laptops before now. But those have always been some of my favorite laptops because frankly, an OLED screen, or in Samsung's case, an AMOLED screen, is really the best quality screen that you can get. Especially if you're working from home, maybe you're near your windows, the sun is pouring in, you're trying to go outside and work, you have a lot of different lighting conditions, having the super deep black, that super bright screen, really helpful. I love any kind of display like that. There's one other interesting trend we're chasing here. I'm seeing a lot more color options in a lot of tech products. Here you also have some options. There's a blue, there's a silver, there's a bronze. The color mix depends on which size and which exact model you get. But I like seeing more of that consumer choice. These are a little muted, but it's a good way to get something that stands out a little bit more, is a little more personal. The nice thing is, even with the AMOLED screens, the 11th gen Intel processors, these guys start right at $999. Then they go up depending on which size and which model you get, $1099, $1199, $1299. But I love that $999 starting price. That's a great place to be for a really nice, premium, feature-filled laptop.